Welcome back to Simply Sweet. I'm Allison Gargaro. Today we're going to be making carrot cake cupcakes. Now this is a sweet treat with a secret ingredient that keeps these moist and oh so delicious. Let's get started. First we're going to start by mixing our dry ingredients in a small bowl. So I have a cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda to help this rise, and then we have a teaspoon and a half of cinnamon. You could also add a little bit of nutmeg. Even pumpkin pie spice would be really nice in this as well. And then I have 1/4 teaspoon of salt just to balance out how sweet this is going to be. And I'm just going to whisk this up to make sure that all of these get incorporated. Next, we're going to add our wet ingredients into a bigger bowl. So we're going to start with 2 different kinds of sugar. I have 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and then 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So I have 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and then onto the secret ingredient, 1/4 cup of applesauce. This is going to keep it extra moist without adding any extra dairy. Next, onto the eggs. Crack 2 eggs into this bowl. And last but not least, a teaspoon of vanilla. Now you can add a little bit extra. I usually don't measure this and just eyeball it. Now we're get to mixing. Now that the wet ingredients are mixed, we're going to add in our dry. I do about half first and then add the second half later so you don't have flour all over your counter. Now that this is all mixed together, the last ingredient is grated carrots. Now I actually bought shredded carrots at the store and just chopped them up into little pieces. That makes it a whole lot easier than sitting there and grating carrots. So we're going to add those in and mix it up. It's going to give it a nice crunch and that carrot flavor that everyone's used to. Next, I'm going to add an additional ingredient for some crunch, chopped up walnuts. Now that this is all mixed together, we're going to add these in to a cupcake tray that's already lined. I have them with some pretty spring colors, yellow, blue, and pink. Now this batter is the perfect amount for 12 cupcakes, so you just want to make sure you're pouring the batter into each cup evenly. Now we're going to pop these into a 350-degree oven for 18 to 20 minutes until the tops are nice golden brown, and when you stick a toothpick in the inside, it comes out clean. While our cupcakes are baking, we're going to make the frosting. So I'm going to start by putting 8 ounces of softened cream cheese inside this stand mixer. Next, we're going to add 4 tablespoons of softened butter. And then we have 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. And then we have 3/4 cup of brown sugar. And then last but not least, some vanilla. So I make sure to turn this on low in the beginning to make sure that it gets incorporated so we don't have sugar flying everywhere. Now that the cupcakes are cooled, I'm going to grab one and it's time to frost. And if you don't have a piping bag to make your frosting look extra perfect, you can just add a few walnuts on top to give it that extra crunch. Now we're ready to taste. I'm going to cut into this delicious cupcake. Can't wait to try. It is so good. You get a nice little crunch from the walnuts, but it's still nice and moist from that secret ingredient, applesauce. Oh, these are so delicious and perfect for spring. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and let me know what your favorite kind of cupcake is. Thanks for watching, and make sure to give me a like on Facebook, Simply Sweet Allison.